Hello everyone, my name is Jerome Delamare. I work for WorldFish in Penang, Malaysia. Today I will be giving you some update about our Rapid Genomic Detection Inspire Challenge project since last year's Big Data Convention in Hyderabad, India. We've done quite a bit of sequencing work with our partners. At the University of Queensland, UQ, located in Brisbane, Australia, we've made a selection of a priority list of bacterial pathogens of tilapias and carps, for which we've sequenced the complete genomic information. We also welcome a new PhD student, Suvra from Bangladesh, who is now based at UQ. Suvra is optimizing methods for simple DNA extraction that can be done in remote location. Our partners from WorldFish in Wellington, New Zealand, is developing online database using those same fish pathogens we generate sequence for at UQ and WorldFish. WorldFish is also developing machine learning approaches and algorithms for rapid pathogen identification. At Mahidol University Syntex Lab in Bangkok, Thailand, we are developing new methods to detect multiple bacteria and viruses affecting fish in a single reaction, and this followed by confirmation by sequencing, within hours of sample being collected from affected farm. Yes, our project was affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, but not as much as other projects which are relying more heavily on field components. The first year of our project was mainly focused on laboratory and computer-based activities to generate the fish pathogen sequences that are needed for the accurate database, and we also spent most of our time to develop the machine learning search tool and cloud-based analytical portal. So far, the major disruption from this pandemic has been the closure of our partners and service providers' offices and labs for a few months. We've been unable to travel and meet face-to-face, and our workshop, which was initially planned to happen in Bangladesh, was cancelled. For the last few months, in partnership with GeneSec, a private Malaysian company, we've been preparing for an alternative plan to host a workshop at the WorldFish laboratory in Penang. We received very strong interest from many participants from leading Malaysian universities, from government offices, the private sectors, and from farmers. Unfortunately, the workshop had to be cancelled again due to the risk of having participants coming from different states in the country. We see this disruption as an opportunity to reinvent the way we communicate with one another, we work together, and we teach to others. We are currently adapting to this and by learning to use new communication and teaching tools. Pathogen of fish originated from different countries. We managed to sequence them to produce accurate database, and we are now developing those machine learning tools and a web-based portal for future users. In 2020, we also gained the interest of many Malaysian scientists from local leading university, government offices, the private sector, but also from farmers, to share some of their fish disease sample for the purpose of this training workshop, but also for the hands-on experience from sample preparation, the sequencing part, all the way to data analysis. While we cannot recreate, unfortunately, the hands-on experience virtually, we have created a very positive momentum with public and private stakeholders to engage with us on this particular project. So we're very optimistic, and we believe that this experience can be replicated in other countries. What does milestone mean for the scalability and the commercialization of this project in the future? Well, for the scalability, if we can do what we've done in Malaysia and in Thailand, there is no reason we cannot use a similar approach in other countries, expanding our network in Africa and Southeast Asia. In terms of the commercialization, our innovation is using an enabling existing technology to develop a complete workflow environment to fast-track local disease problem with local solution by using sequencing technology. We also, by doing so, generate accurate molecular epidemiological data from those affected farms in order to formulate locally produced autogenous vaccine. For future commercialization, we need to understand those different markets where we want to deploy this technology. Obviously, the market in India will be very different from the market in Bangladesh and in Africa. We also need to understand the local problems. The disease affecting farm fish in one country will be very different from the disease in another country. And to do so, we need to identify our local partner and the user to work with. Well, we need to continue to build that database. It's going to be an ongoing process. So we can identify new emerging variants of pathogen around the world and sequence them so we can add those sequences to our database. We also need to refine our methodology through studentship, PhD and master, and also to develop and update new tools, those bioinformatic tools that we are using for the machine learning. We also need to validate our complete workflow, and to do so, we propose to do it in different countries using different labs and different disease scenarios. Instead of looking for new location and new partners, we will actually use our existing network of partners who have already good lab facilities and expertise, and most importantly, have access to farmer sample. And this, we can do it in Malaysia, Bangladesh, Australia, Thailand, New Zealand, and in the UK. Ultimately, this project wants to introduce simple autogenous vaccine technology in low and medium income countries. So in 2021, we need to better understand the local legislation and to identify potential public and private partners that we want to engage with. We would like to thank our partners and collaborators for their passion and for their amazing support this year, and hopefully in the coming years. The Big Data Prize has allowed us to kickstart this project and help us to turn our ideas into reality. We really want to thank the Big Data team for their amazing support and for their flexibility during this difficult COVID-19 pandemic in extending the deadline of our project until next year. As we grow in this project, we will also be looking at new partnerships. So we would like everyone interested in aquatic animal health and disease prevention to reach out to us in expanding and making this research and innovation available to more farmers and communities in developing countries.